Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Faith Perspective. So some of you might have noticed that I haven't been posting in quite a while, and so this is due to my busy schedule with school. But here I am. I'm back. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about was worship as it relates to one's attitude of the heart. As you can see in the caption, it says worship as a posture of the heart than it is a posture of the body. So when you go to Google and then you type in the word worship and go to the image section, one of the things that you will find is that people will be displayed as bowing down, others lifting up their hands, others are falling prostrate to the ground. And so you might be tempted to think that, well, that's what worship really looks like. That's part of what worship looks like, but essentially worship has to do with the attitude of one's heart than it has to do with the posture of one's body. And so when I speak of an attitude of the heart, I speak of things such as having a heart of gratitude, thanking God, remembering all the good things that He has done for us and all that He has continued to do in our lives. It is a heart that is full of humility, that approaches God full of reverence and fear of God. And that is a heart of worship, a heart that is in full surrender to the will of God. And so oftentimes when we come to God, we think that when we posture ourselves in certain ways, maybe bowing down, lifting up our hands, sometimes even crying in some cases, we think that's what draws the attention of God. That may draw the attention of the people, but then what draws the attention of God is a posture of the heart. God looks in the heart of a person because that's where the issues of life really come from. And long after we are not bowing down, long after we are not lifting up our hands, God continues to look in our hearts and see the kind of attitude that we have on a daily basis. And that is the basis of worship, attitude of the heart. I'm reminded also of the story of David when he had sinned against Bathsheba. One of the things that he did was pray to God for forgiveness. And in that prayer of forgiveness to God, I think he revealed one of these most important aspects of what worship really looks like. He understood that God never really wanted the sacrifices that David was able to give. I mean, David had all the cattle, all the sheep in the world that one would need to offer sacrifices, enough to sort of soften the heart of God to forgive him. But then David realized that it is not really those sacrifices and those offerings, the physical things that God wanted. God wanted his heart. He wanted his broken heart, his contrite heart. He wanted a heart that was aware of the gravity of sin and therefore humbles itself before him in search of forgiveness. And so this is what God wants from us. He wants hearts that are humble, hearts that are full of gratitude and humility and full of awe and reverence for him. And those are the hearts that are really in a posture that God wants in terms of worship. I pray that every time that we approach God, we'll search our hearts and see if indeed we are standing in the right, we have the right attitude. God bless you even as you think about that short encouragement.